Welcome back to the Plus Money Podcast, your home for the best soccer bets in 15 minutes or less. We are into the business end of the tournaments, the Copa America, the Euro 2024. We are down to the semifinals. We've got 4 games left, or I guess 6 games left in total. The summer of soccer nearly has reached its conclusion before 2 finals on Sunday, one at 3 and one at 8. So busy week, busy couple days. I'm Andrew Passaro. He's Ani Sridhar. Ani, we will get to everything, but your team's in the semifinals. Scale of 1 to 10. How confident are we feeling right now?
10 being the most confident, 0 not being confident at all. I'd say 6.7.
I think
How
that's
about
fair.
that?
I think that's fair.
Um,
The Dutch have a good record against England in tournaments, but then it's going to come down to Spain, which is probably the best looking team in the tournament, and the French, who um, are just gonna figure out a way to get it done somehow. But I guess speaking of Spain and France, let's get into it. Spain take on France Tuesday afternoon, 3 o'clock, somewhere in Germany. I didn't look up the stadium because it doesn't matter. Um, I got a
I think
couple
Munich.
things.
I
I
think
think
they're
you.
both. I think all the games now. I think both the semis and the finals are in Munich.
There we go. Um,
Yeah.
a couple things I like here. I am on shot props. I'm going with the draw at plus 180. I think this one does not get done in regular time. I would lean Spain if you told me somebody has to get it done in regular time, but this France team has an ability to have a chokehold on games. However, I do like both teams to score at plus 112. I'm going to shot props. We're going to France. 13 shots in the game, plus 105. France throughout this tournament, 15 shots, 19 shots, 19 shots, 15 shots, 14 shots. So we're seeing value there. On the other side, Spain has only given up this number one time. It was to Germany. However, their other matches were against Italy, Albania, Croatia, not exactly, oh, and Georgia, not exactly high powered offenses. On the other
Right.
side, this Spain team, we're going Spain 14 shots in the match at plus 110. We've seen Spain pepper the net in this tournament. They put up 11 twice, but those were games that they got done with relative ease. They got 11 shots off in their first win. And then in the Germany game this past weekend, they got 11 and they got their goal and then kind of took their foot off the gas, which I didn't like. And now, mind you, this only counts in regulation, but they put up 35 against Georgia, 16 and 20 against Albania and against Italy. So additionally, France, this is the one that concerns me because France has had a very good defense. They haven't given up a ton of shots. They're 5 games, 10, 5, 10, 8, and 6. But yeah, I like the draw. I like both teams to score. And then shot props, I think there's value for both teams because the reality is one of these two teams is going to score and then the other team is going to be on the front foot. And the totals are so low that you basically have to invest in both sides, hoping that we do get a both teams to score. We do get a shootout and something kind of happens. But I think this is going to be a gross, disgusting game. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I don't have a pick on who I think's going to come out of this game. We've seen two completely different sides. Spain's probably looked like the best team in the tournament, but France have looked like the best defensive team in the tournament. They have yet to concede in open play so far in this tourney. The only goal they've given up is to Robert Lewandowski on a penalty from Upamecano. So, yes, the France attack hasn't been flashy. It hasn't been great to watch, but defensively, they've been just as sound as anyone else in this tournament, if not the best team. So it's going to be a tight battle. I like the 26 or more shots in the game at minus 110. I think there's value there. Like you said, if people want to see an exciting semifinal game in both of these fixtures, you're gonna want to hope for an early goal from one of these teams, which will just then open up the game completely. On the same line of thinking there, I like Mbappe to have 4 shots or more in the game at plus 110. He cashed out on the last kick of regulation in their previous match against Portugal, which was pretty sweet. And I also like Fabian Ruiz to have 2 or more shots at minus 105.
Ooh,
He's been one of their leading shot takers. It didn't come through last game because the Pedri injury pretty early changed the entire dynamic of that Spanish attack. Danny Olmo will be in the lineup. There's not odds yet for shots on target, but once those comes out, I do like Olmo to register one or two shots on target for Spain.
Yeah, that Danny Olmo shot's a really big one. He was came off the bench, had the goal and the game-winning assist for Spain. Huge player for them. Let's jump to Netherlands, England, and then we will get to Copa. Again, the draw at plus 180, I think, is really good value. I do, as much as I want to say Netherlands, we've seen England get equalizers after going down the last couple of games. So I didn't even look this up. I'm literally talking this out right now. Netherlands to score first. We've seen Italy give up the first goal in both of their knockout games is an interesting one. However, Netherlands obviously went down in their previous game, but I think the draw at plus 180, I see extra time. Um, the player for the tournament so far, Cody Gakpo, one shot on target at minus 130 is insane value. He's done that in every game at this tournament. We would have gotten two out of him in the last game, but they took away the goal and made it into an own goal. I don't think this will happen, but the number is really interesting. Netherlands team total over 1.5 at plus 200 is great value for a team that's done this in 4 of their 5 matches at the tournament. The one game that they didn't hit was obviously their 0-0 draw against France. Both teams to score plus 112. Is hitting 3 to the 5 for both teams. Again, really interesting. Yeah, I want to go shots here, but England, much like France, have done such a great job of choking out shots, of not allowing chances. But I do think this Dutch team is going to get past them in the end. If you can get Netherlands to advance at a good number, I think that it's worth playing. It also just depends on what you have futures wise. Because frankly, right now I'm seeing Netherlands to advance around plus 112. And if you have a Netherlands ticket at 16 to 1, I think you stay away because you get in a team to the final, you're going to get possibly a really huge cash out. It really comes down to what you have here.
Yeah, I'm not picking a side here. If anything, I'm gonna take England to advance just because we've already cashed on the Netherlands to make it to the quarterfinals at minus 115. We gave all these out in the pre-tournament pod. Netherlands to make the semis at plus 270. That came home. And I've also got the Netherlands to make the final at plus 750 riding on this match. And I have Netherlands to win it all at plus 1200. So a lot of futures here, like you said. So I'm gonna stay away from side, but I do like Reinders, 2 shots at plus 185 in the midfield for the Netherlands. Like you said, this England defense has been good on choking the opponents out, but Reinders has been one to similar to Fabian Ruiz, outside the box, gets a little bit of space. He's gonna have a rip. Similar to Tchouaméni, actually. I didn't even look at what his is, but Tchouaméni in the last game took like 5 to 6 shots from like so
So
far outside
annoying.
the box. It was disgusting to watch, but I don't think that's gonna stop. So these guys that, are in the midfield that will get a touch here or there right outside the box, I like the value on them to get 2 shots. And even if he just shoots it and it gets blocked by a Declan Rice, that still counts as a shot. So at plus 185, I have to play that here. And hopefully the Netherlands can pull it off. And it's crazy you mentioned Cody Gakpo actually as the leading scorer right now in the tournament. Our Mbappe Golden Boot futures are very much alive. Like
Yeah.
he has only 1 goal in the tournament, but Gakpo only has 3. If if the Netherlands go bowing out here in the semifinals after a 0-0 draw that goes into extra time and they lose on PKs, which is very possible between these two teams, and Mbappe scores a goal against Spain and France advances, Mbappe's 1 goal off that Golden Boot, and we've got the double future where Mbappe Golden Boot with France to win it all plus 1800 as well. So I'm just saying, if you think that your Golden Boot Mbappe futures are dead, I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Yeah, it is wild that France are where they are without scoring. I mean, without scoring a goal in open play. They've had a few own goals. Um, they've done what they've needed to do to advance. It's funny you brought up that Chouameni number. 2 shots in the match, plus 140.
Yeah, I mean, you got
That's
to play that.
you
I
got to
think
play
you
that.
got to play that.
You got to.
If he starts, because Rabiot will be back.
That's true. He has played.
So
You
I
know who?
wouldn't play it
It's
until
Kamavinga
Kamavinga.
who hasn't
Yeah.
started.
But
Yeah,
that's
it,
a team
that
definitely with the midfield and the attacking. You got to wait till lineups because Colomwani might not start because Dembele looked so good. I think their best lineup should be Mbappe on the left, Dembele on the right. Either play Griezmann as a 9 or play Griezmann as a false 9 or play Giroud. Similar to
I
the
think
Netherlands. You can't start Bergwijn. He's been subbed off at halftime the last 2 games. Malen has to draw a start. I think he has to.
All right, let's jump to Copa. Tuesday's matchup is obviously one we all saw coming when Argentina takes on Canada. Jesse Marsh has the boys in a semifinal. What a time to be alive. Then, frankly, maybe the best game in the next 2 days is going to be Colombia Uruguay. I'm very pumped for that on Wednesday night. But Tuesday, um, I got three things that I like here. Maybe a fourth if you want to take it up one more. Canada to have 8 shots in the game at minus 105 has hit in 3 out of their 4 matches. And they did that against Argentina the first time. For them to hit 9 or more at plus 155 is interesting because, frankly, Argentina didn't do enough against Ecuador. They haven't done enough this whole tournament. They haven't been scoring goals. They've been pretty clinical at the back. They've only given up the 1 goal to Ecuador. So there's 2 plays I like here: Argentina and under 3.5 at minus 135, or Argentina minus 1.5 at plus 118. I think Argentina get past Canada. Jesse Marsh and the boys obviously be paying for a penalty kick shootout, but if you get there, you still have to face Debo Martinez, who's probably the best goalie that you want in that situation, and an Argentina team that is experienced when it comes to this. So I see Argentina to advance. I don't think there's, I mean, I guess if you're crazy, do a Canada double chance ticket, but like, just you might as well Venmo us the money if you're gonna do that because it's not happening.
Yeah, I actually don't have a single play from this game because I didn't see too much value in Argentina. Depending on who starts, I think a shots on goal prop here is going to be in the cards for me. Di Maria with Argentina money line might be the way I go. It's a
He hasn't
great story.
started the last couple of games.
Yeah, that's the problem. If he starts, though, I'm going to play him. If he doesn't, then might just be a stay away and watch Argentina dominate kind of game, which they really haven't yet this tournament either. It's kind of been kind of weird to watch, but great story by Canada making it this far. But yeah, it's sadly going to come to an end. And if they do win, I'm going to say there's some kind of match fixing. So there you go.
There we go. Colombia, Uruguay, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Actually, I don't know if it's 8 o'clock. Is it 8 o'clock? It might be 9 o'clock.
8 p.m. Yeah,
8
8.
p.m. Colombia, Uruguay. What a game. I currently have tickets on Colombia and Uruguay, both to win the title. I'm considering taking. I didn't put a lot in Colombia at plus 1400, so I'm considering cashing that out because I do think this is the Uruguay game. But I have 4 or 5 things that I like here. The over 2.25 at plus 120. So the way that works, let's say you have a $50 stake. You're putting $25 on your over two and $25 on over 2.5. As long as you get to over two, as long as you get to 2 goals, you will at least push on half of your stake. If you get 3 goals, you are a complete winner. So it buys you a little insurance if we end up in a 1-1 draw. That would have hit in 3 out of the 4 Colombia matches and hit in 2 out of the 4 Uruguay matches. Both teams to score plus 110, I think, is interesting here. Maybe the best prop of the entire game. James Rodriguez anytime assist at plus 280. He had 2 assists against Panama, and he had assists in the first 2 games. The only game he doesn't have an assist in this tournament is Brazil, which they tied 1-1, and they had a set piece goal called back, and he had the assist on that set piece goal. So he has been excellent. I actually think he's been the best player in the tournament right now. And if there's anywhere you can bet Golden Ball Colombia, if they get to the final, you can't give it to Messi. He's done nothing. He's got a couple assists, and James Rodriguez, I think, has 5 and a couple goals. So it's awesome watching him have this kind of resurgence, but anytime assist plus 280 is great. If you want to take that to score or assist, you're going to get a good number. Uruguay, 13 shots plus 110. That's hit in 2 out of their 4 games, and that's missed by 1 in those other 2 games. Colombia only gave up that total once, wasn't even to Brazil, but they really haven't exactly played a ton of teams yet. Playing
Yeah.
Panama in a quarterfinal wasn't really something crazy. Colombia, 13 shots at plus 125. That's hit in 2 out of those 4 games. And Uruguay didn't give up that total in any of those games. Their most that they gave up was the 10 shots to Panama in their opening game. So that's where I'm at for that. I kind of lean a Uruguay advance because I think this team is very well drilled, but either of these teams could get through here. So again, if you have tickets on both, if you want to just cash them both out and then invest on somebody because you're going to get whoever and a great number against Argentina in the final, this would be a really good spot to cash out if you're at a good spot.
Yeah, I've got Uruguay minus 105 to advance. They're actually underdogs. Colombia's minus 115. And I took Darwin Nunez 2 shots on target at plus 150 as well. Um, I agree with you on the both teams to score. I got it at plus 112. I think it's a great number. I think this game's going to be very open, very fun to watch. The pace is going to be crazy, and ideally Uruguay come away with the victory here, and we have a showdown between Argentina and Uruguay.
Yeah, that's what I want. I could see. I mean, I don't know what you. We'll close the pod with this. Very refreshing that Copa just goes straight to the penalty shootout, not having they're like frankly in that Uruguay Brazil game the other night, nobody was scoring goals. The
Yeah.
only chance anything that was going to happen was somebody else was going to get hurt or somebody else was going to get sent off. Like that's all we're getting.
The
And,
only reason I don't like it is that what teams tend to do in like the 110th minute is just kind of like play for the penalty kicks, right? Like the team that's losing. And now we're getting that in like the 75th, 80th minute of like regulation when it should be you're still going for it, right? You don't have that 30-minute cushion and teams will be like, all right, we're going to PKs next, so I'm just gonna play now for the PKs. That's the
yeah,
one part of it I don't like.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, that'll wrap it up from us. We'll have two finals to look forward to later in the week. And then we will be actually able to rest and relax for the summer for I think a month before
Like a
the
month.
Premier
Yeah,
League is back.
I think like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying this right now. I'm not betting on Olympic soccer. So don't ask. I say that now. Give it like 2 weeks and the tournament will kick off and I'll be betting shot props. But I'm saying it now. I'm taking time off. I'm not betting on the Olympics, but we'll see. All right, guys. For more picks and tweets and reactions, as always, at Andrew Passaro, at Ani Sridhar 23, at the Plus Money Pod. We'll catch you later this week. Good luck. Hopefully we get some classics and not some stinkers, but we'll be back here later in the week to talk some more soccer.